What's up, guys? In this box is everything we need to fix the transmission that came out of the MR2. As you guys know, we broke fourth gear pretty good on the sequential and the MR2, and then there was also some other things that broke or were worn out along with that, and went ahead and got everything ordered, and it actually got here pretty fast considering this came from the UK. They express mailed it, express aired it, so it got here quick. Yeah, let's go take a look at what we got inside real quick. We also kind of got all the parts cleaned off and laid out right here. You can see the gear that broke right there, and this one that's missing a couple teeth. Yeah, let's just show you guys what we got. So they actually sent some other things that I didn't request, but luckily they did send this stuff because we found out there was a little bit more damage. So to start off with, we have these two bearings in this bag right here, and these go to the built-in cuff or built-in support. They go right here. So these guys rest like that. These are brand new. Didn't think we would need new ones of these, but when we were pulling all this apart, turns out these also got pretty cracked and beat up in the process. Check out that crack all the way across. So when that gear broke, it kind of put some force pulling the stacks away from each other and barely split that bearing open right there. So good thing we got the new bearings to replace those. And then right here, looks like we got the new fourth gear. That looks like it's that guy right there. Got a new one of those. We got two new sliders, or forks, I mean. These are the forks. So we got one for the fifth gear on top that is all heated up. We got the fork to replace that, and then we got the fork to replace this one right here that has the pin broken off. So we have our new pin right there. So we also got some more gears. So we also need the matching gear to that fourth gear, which I'm not sure which one that is just yet. But then we also got a couple more gears because the dogs were getting pretty worn out. So I figured might as well just upgrade everything now, make it all nice and fresh, even though it might not be 100% necessary. Like you can see, I believe this is for second gear right here. Don't quote me on that, but you can see the edges of the dogs are just starting to wear out. This would still work fine in the transmission and it would still shift properly, but since it was a little worn, I went ahead and got a new one of those. And then this guy right here was also really beat up. Oh, this is the other fourth gear. This was the one that was broke. So you can see all the dogs are beat up on that, has the two teeth missing. So we got a new one of those guys right there. And then we also got this one right here as well. And this one was probably in the best condition. You can see it's barely even worn, hardly at all. Like that's probably the worst spot right there. But this guy would still shift perfectly, but just for good measure, got that one replaced as well. So we have literally half the gears have been replaced because there's 8 total. There's 2 gears complete 1 gear, if that makes sense. So first gear is a set of 2, second gear is a set of 2. So there's 8 total gears. We got 4 of them. So literally half the gears have been replaced. Brand new ones. And if we keep digging in here, we also got a new first and second slider. So I believe that's first and second. This is also responsible for reverse. It's this guy right here. So if you take a look at this one, it's not too bad. The dogs look pretty good on the bottom. The top, not so good. That guy's definitely worn out. So we got a brand new one of those guys to replace that. And then we also got these 2 sliders as well. So this is that one that's all heated up. Got a new one of those. And then this one was just pretty beat up where that fourth gear engaged. That's completely gone on the edge right there. So then we got a new one to replace that. So literally everything that is even slightly worn, we got a brand new part for. Everything else was looking good. We fully inspected all of it. And yeah, you can kind of see all the new parts we got laid out right here. It was a lot of stuff, and this stuff was, still a little pricey, but I wanted to spend the extra, make sure we got all new parts so we don't have to deal with that again. And then they also even sent us the 2 new nuts for the stacks. So we're replacing basically half the parts in this thing, but after we get it all put back together, she should be ready to rock again. And then we have our friend Milo over here as well. He's helping us out. He knows transmission stuff really well, so it's always good to have another set of eyes while we're reassembling everything. And while we have this transmission apart, we're going to be taking the diff out, and we have the factory speed ring gear right here, this guy, that we can put onto our diff because we didn't do that the first time. And then we can actually have a speed sensor working so we can get the boost by gear and stuff all set up. So yeah, she should be better than ever after we get everything put together on this thing and get this thing back in the car. But we got all the parts laid out, so we're ready to start reassembling the sequential for the MR2. Get her ripping again. This is a whole lot of gears. Well, I guess we can start with getting this guy off. Get rid of that one. Brand new one. Thank you. Send that guy over. It's going to be some tedious work today, guys.
Second gear.
Just like that. That's basically how this whole day is going to go. Just slowly stacking all this together, getting it all put together and back in there. So we just got our gear stacks put back together. We can't put the 5th gear on until we get the case put on, because that case has that built-in cuff which goes right over this guy right here, and then we put the 5th gear on after that. But that stack is complete, all ready to go with brand new parts, and then this one is ready to go as well. But before we can put all this stuff back into the transmission, we are going to go ahead and get that speed ring put onto our differential right here. So we just got the Quaife LSD pulled out, and our speed ring is still on this stock diff right here. So we need to get a like bearing puller that will sandwich it from both sides to pull it off, a bearing puller, and then we can get the new one put on this diff, and then start reassembling everything from there. That's what the magnet looked like when it came out. All kinds of crap on there. Get that guy cleaned off. Get all these metal chunks cleaned out of there. There's definitely some carnage for sure in there.
Yeah.
There it is. Nice. Sweet.
Make do with what you got.
Yep. There she is. Our speed sensor ring. All right, we just got the speed ring pressed onto the diff right there. We just went around the bearing and it fit, so that's all pressed on and ready to go. Milo was over here lubing up the shift barrel and everything, getting all the bearings lubed up with assembly lube. So we're actually properly getting everything lubricated. Just gonna go ahead and set the diff back in here. We can move on from there. And then we gotta track down a speed sensor now to put back into this guy, get our speed working. And there it goes. Diff is back in place. And then, yeah, we can go ahead and start putting everything else. And are we ready for all that?
Yeah.
Pretty soon?
Yep, we
Should
are.
we just go for it right now? Are we good for the stack, or is there anything else we need?
We're good for the stack.
Cool. Grab this guy. I'll take the forks off. Yeah, forks off for now. Are the washers still on there? Yep. There we go. It's back together. Everything's looking nice and clean. Sweet. We need to get the reverse gear on too. I have right here. I think we're actually going to go track down another reverse gear. This one was in, decent shape, but the bottoms were starting to get a little nicked up, so we're actually going to go find another reverse gear real quick. And then we'll get reverse in there. It looks like from there we can get our little magnet put back in, silicone it back up, get our forks on, and it's about ready for the case to go back on. That's all nice and cleaned up. We got the new bearings put back in as well. Milo got that knocked out, all lubed up and ready to go. So we're just about there. All right, guys, we got everything ready to go. We're just about ready to drop our half of the case onto the bell housing side right here. We double checked everything, got our new reverse gear on there. Everything's lubed up. We got our little magnet put back in, got the forks on, ready to go together. We even had old videos of when I originally pulled all the gears apart off of the shafts right here. We double checked the videos just to make sure everything is correct. And I know when it was in the MR2, everything was in the right order, but obviously that nut coming loose could have had something to do with it as well. But we're just going through, double checking everything, cleaning it all off really good this time, and just really going through it, making sure we have it put together properly. We got our silicone on right here. We got the speed ring gear on the diff, so that's done and ready to go. Everything is spinning smoothly, so we don't have anything touching. We know we're good there. So yeah, we're just about ready to get that half on. I mean, I guess you can go ahead and drop it on. We're ready for it right now. And Milo knows these transmissions really well. This is his first sequential, but he's assembled many dog boxes and stuff in the past, and he has just been double checking it all, going through it, and he knows his stuff. So we're looking good to go.
There we go.
Yeah. Here's our 5th gear. Little ring.
And
then the nuts. Yep, we got the 2 brand new nuts. All right, guys. Here we go. So I think a huge thing we missed last time is we did not stake the nuts. They do have a little indentation where you're supposed to take a flat head and hammer it, one right here and then one on the big nut so that it, you know, can no longer come off like how you do on an axle nut too. But we got the torque specs, so we're torquing it and we're gonna make sure it clicks this time. We also have a little bit of red Loctite on them on top of staking them. So we know this stuff won't come loose, but yeah, let's go ahead and torque this bad boy. Right now we have 2 of the forks are like in gear because we don't have everything onto the barrel fully. Like we don't have the forks in the barrel, so it's actually like in 2 gears right now. So it's all locked up inside. So we're gonna try to torque it that way. So nothing should be able to move right now because the dogs are engaged in 2 different gears. And those dogs can handle a lot of force, so this torque
at 100
shouldn't
pounds,
be.
it's not gonna hurt nothing.
Yeah, it's not gonna hurt nothing. So.
got Brutus out.
Yep, I've been talking to everyone. Yeah, this is Brutus, big girl right here. So we should be good to go. We're gonna start with this guy.
You think you can torque it to that? 140?
We'll see. We got Tom on there. We might need some more help.
Those look like 120 right there, don't
Come on, dog.
Get in there, Milo.
It'd be nice if we could bolt it down to the table, but
Damn, Tom, that spread.
That's how we do it.
guys, ready?
Yep.
There it is.
There it is. That's the small one.
Beaches that way.
That held up perfect.
Yeah, it's cool.
That was way better. Me and Emilio had
Yeah,
all the
no.
sliders in place, and we were trying to
We're like holding it and
we were trying to balance the tension between the other breaker bar.
You know what I did by myself, right?
That was a good idea with the locking the gears, Milo.
Yeah, that was Milo's idea to just quicker in gear. You guys ready?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's way more solid that way. Me and Emilio, we were clowning, dude. All right. Oh, there
There
we
it
go.
is.
There she is. Get out of here with my 120 alarms.
I'm sorry,
160,
160.
All right, so they're Loctited, clicked, torque to spec, and now we're going to stake them. Yeah, she's good. Look at that, nice and smooth. We're still spinning, boys.
Stake them.
I'm telling you, we took every step this time, so we were careful. I mean, I was careful with the first one. I had exploded diagrams. Like, I made sure it went together right. But yeah, we didn't stake them, so that could have been a big cause of it, honestly. And also not having the detent set correctly, and it was coming loose all the time. You know, that stuff could have been what caused it. So we're gonna make sure it's all right this time because we do not want to break it again.
Live and
That
you
kind of
learn.
sucked. Yep. But now we know. I'm learning stuff now. So the more
Now you're a
these we-
professional.
Yeah. Now the more of these we do,
break.
yeah, the more you break, the more you learn. So you got to fail to learn, honestly.
Only way.
Good.
Yep. We are staked, dented in on both of them, Loctited. Just got our last
come out
fork
right?
and slider. Yeah, that can come out. This guy will go on like this. Just like that. Bearings in. Loctite, good. We're ready to seal her up. That's it.
That's got an O-ring, right? You don't have to put
Yep,
anything
there's
on it.
already an O-ring on there.
Sweet.
She's back together, boys. R2's about to be ripping again. All right, guys, we got the transmission back together for the MR2, and we just have it on the bench right now, just kind of running it through the gears, making sure everything is working properly. Right now, she is in neutral. We got the detent in and everything. We do need to get that tight. I want to Loctite it, wire lock it as well. Make sure that detent does not come loose again. But as you can see, it's in neutral right now. Push it forward. We got first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth, and fifth, and then we can go all the way back down. And neutral again?
Yep.
And one more back is reverse. So we have all our gears. Everything is working. Then we got to get the reverse neutral lockout in there as well, but that's still up in the car. But yeah, she's back together. I want to give a huge shout out to Matt for getting the parts here very fast. That stuff came from the UK and it got here really quick, so we were able to get the MR2 up and going. I'm going to link his Instagram as well in the description, so be sure to go give Matt a follow. He also can get you guys a deal on a quick sequential if you guys are interested in one. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing back in the MR2. She'll be ready to go. All right, guys, we got her all put back together. We have transmission fluid in the tranny. Everything is tight. Everything has been double checked, ready to go. MR2's back up and going.
It's awesome.
There it is.
Very cool.
Transmission's back together. I want to give a huge thanks to Milo for helping out. He helped me a whole bunch, just killed it. Got that thing knocked out. Got her put back in. Now we're ready to hear this thing run again. So I just got the battery plugged in and see if she's gonna fire up, make sure she goes into gear and everything all right. She doesn't like to idle though. Yep.
Good job, G.
She's good.
Good job, Tom. Good job,
Yeah.
Milo. You guys crushed it, man.
I know, Tom and Milo came by and it's just been
Go,
getting stuff done. We've been wrenching the last couple of days.
Gotta help the family out, man. That's it.
Yeah, it's been awesome. And Brent's been tuning like crazy.
Non-stop.
Man. And we had to bring in a whole nother tuner, man. Just to get them all done.
Oh yeah.
Great. It's fun.
Well, then we'll go ahead and pull this thing out real quick.
Yeah.
Got some more work to do.
Take this real
Yeah,
quick.
I'd love to hold it. I'm ready to see a wheelie out of the bay.
No.
Wheelie out the bay.
Out the bay.
Move the minivan.
Open the door.
Shane was like, Steven can drive the minivan.
Good.
I want to see it line up side by side.
Yeah. I think the minivan's got it covered, though.
He's got 3,000.
You think the minivan's got this covered? I think maybe dialed in for
No,
sure.
I think once we...
There's something on the top end that I'm not very cool with
No,
yet.
wait. We got something for that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Nitrous or what?
No.
No.
We're going to hook it up. We're going to hook the van up. We're going to beat them out with the van.
Oh. Ooh. Sounds like a good challenge.
Hey.
At the end of the day, Kyle still owns them both, so he don't care. Wouldn't that be something, though?
He needs 4 funny car cases in the van.
4 funny car cages? If it didn't weigh so much. 3 of them make out of PVC. down, bro. Can't keep it down for long.
Back up and going again,
That's
boys.
awesome, man. It's awesome, man.
Well, guys, that is going to wrap it up for today's video. The MR2 is all put back together and ready to go. She just pulled out of the garage under her own power, so I'm just super pumped that we got it back together in a timely manner. And I want to give a huge shout out to Tom and Milo. They helped me out a ton getting this thing put together. We've just been wrenching like crazy the last couple days, but we have been getting a lot of stuff knocked out. So we're just in work mode right now, just getting the cars back up and running, it's been awesome. Also a huge shout out to Matt from getting the parts sent over from the UK super quick so we could get this thing together. And yeah, just super pumped that she's back and ready to go. Just got to go over the car a little bit, get the hood cover or engine cover back on and stuff. And she is ready to go again, boys. And one other thing is that we do have a race coming up next weekend. That's what we got the Prelude running for. I want to just run the Prelude out there. I've been getting a lot of pressure to bring the MR2 out there because it would probably do really good in the pro class at the PSE we have here locally. I think I could have a really good shot at winning it. But we are still planning on bringing the MR2 to Rocky Mountain Race Week, so I don't want to risk breaking this thing before race week. So I think I'm just going to leave it how it is until race week comes, and I'll just get it prepped and double check the car for that. We still also have some Moontune t-shirts left, and we also actually just found a batch of these OG twin turbo shirts. We had an empty crate just filled with them, so whatever is left of these we put on the website, and it's probably the last you'll ever see of these, but these are pretty cool because they're like the OG retro style ones. So if you guys want to pick up one of these as well, feel free to check out the website. But appreciate you guys supporting the build and everything like that. I was able to get this thing back up and going quick, so that's gonna be it for this video, guys, and hoping to get this thing up and racing soon. And another heads up for race week, we are probably gonna be turning it down, so don't expect the 8-second pass anytime super soon, but we are gonna get that 8 one of these days, boys. So see you later.